All right, guys, we're back with another episode of Optimizing Your Dubb Account. And we have a special guest with us who's been with us for quite some time. In fact, he's on legacied on one of our oldest grandfather plans. So I'm always happy to see that, always proud to see that. I want to welcome Reiner. And Reiner, go ahead and tell us a little bit about your business, and then also tell us what sort of applications you've been using Dubb for so far. Is it reaching out to leads or sort of prospecting new business or sort of a mix? Tell us and let us know.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Darius. So my name is Rainer. I'm Austrian, living in Germany. I'm since 25 years working as a consultant for change, organizational development, and I think since 20 years also doing a lot of keynote speaking, where I weave my historical background as a professional mountain guide for extreme climbing routes into it. I came across a video email the first time in 2017. My first product of choice was BombBomb. I started with BombBomb for I think 1 year. Mm-hmm. It was somehow a little bit too complicated for me, and then I came across Dubb, and I like it very much. So what I do with Dubb is, on the one hand, a lot of customer relationships, means thank you messages to after collaboration, birthday wishes, season's greetings. This is one thing. And on the other hand, I found it very, very effective to fill up events that I'm running with customers I already have. So I see just a very great open rate and click rate and conversion rate just by promoting my events via Dubb. And what I would really be interested in would be just maybe some best practices or better strategies to use it maybe as an outbound marketing machine for clients that are more cold clients or not already clients I do a lot of work with, and I want to promote 2 special events for next year. And how could I maybe address my contacts on LinkedIn that haven't worked with me so far via Dubb and get them into my events? This would be my question.
Perfect. I love those use cases. You're already going exactly where I'm thinking. So I'm glad you presented those. I always like to start with the sort of sequence of events within Dubb. So you start with a recording, and then once the recording is captured, you have the landing page that comes along with it. And then you have how you're going to share that video through email or text message and things like that. So that's what we're actually going to look at, is a few individual components for that. And guys, this is for strategies, video marketing strategies, video selling strategies for how to develop business for live speakers, speaking events, and live events, engagements, and stuff like that. So that's what we're going to be piecing apart in this little video. I'm going to go ahead and actually start where you just ended, which is the LinkedIn use case. I'm going to show a couple of things there for sort of some prospecting, some business development. Now, I don't recommend a completely cold outreach, meaning they're not a connection yet. I do recommend waiting until they're a connection to do this type of strategy that I'm going to show you with. And the reason why is because if they're not connecting with you, then there's a likely chance they're not very active on LinkedIn. They're not responding to messages and things like that, or they're just completely uninterested in talking with you at the time. So I would wait until your connection. And once you are, then I recommend a little strategy just like this, where I'm going to click on this little button. This is called the Chrome extension. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to access my tab only. I'm going to turn on my recording. Now I'm using a second monitor, so don't mind my eye view. Normally you're going to be looking towards the screen here. And now I'm going to move this guy over a little bit. I'm going to shrink it down. And I'm going to start here, this video on Ruben's LinkedIn page for a specific reason. I'm actually going to use a script similar to what I would recommend for you. Okay, Reiner? Now, not perfect, because I'm not practiced at all in doing this, but for this particular industry or opportunity, but something like this. So here I'm going to go tab only, record on the link, say, after a little countdown, 3, 2, 1. Hey, Ruben, so great to connect. I just wanted to thank you for connecting. The reason I actually wanted to share something with you is there's a video after this. It's going to actually explain more about how I'm helping CEOs, founders, and leaders like yourself with their live events. I have a speaking engagement that I inspire people to become more than themselves. And I'd like for you to learn more about this. The video we prepared is just for you. It comes after this, and it's going to explain more exactly how we're helping companies just like yourselves and individuals. Below this, you'll find some other engagements that we've spoken at in the past. You'll find some testimonials from how people have appreciated these types of opportunities. So looking forward to hearing your thoughts. And below this, you'll find a link to my calendar, as well as those case studies, those testimonials I mentioned, as well as some other videos of past engagements. So looking forward to hearing your thoughts. And again, thanks for your time. So maybe something like that. And that was a little long. It doesn't even have to be that long. And I kind of repeated myself because, again, I'm not so practiced in this. So I do recommend tightening that pitch down just a little bit further. But what I showed there was an introduction to a concept and the second piece of the technology. So the first thing is the concept. The reason I started on Ruben's LinkedIn page is so that when we go to share this video, that's what the email is going to look like. That's what the LinkedIn message is going to look like. So here I'll go to, I actually sent a message to Ruben like this before that was very similar. So you'll see that's what they're actually going to see in their inbox. And if we all go take a look at our LinkedIn inboxes right now, it's mostly paragraphs of noise that say, hey, we'd like to sell you something, get some time in your calendar. Now, this is essentially similar, but it's going to look 100% different and unique and personalized and kind of grab their attention and say, hey, this is a video about me. So that's one method I recommend where you only have to record that first part because this is where the technology helps. You heard what I said in the video. I said, after this is another video that's going to tell you more about my business. It's going to include some testimonials and things like that. And so you'll see in the playlist is that other video. In this case, it's some testimonials that talk about how much Dubb has helped their business. And so instead of me needing to repeat myself and explain all those unique sort of value propositions and outcomes and case studies, that's all part of this playlist automatically. So whenever I record a prospecting style video or prospecting use case video, we have the option for Dubb to add everything else there that I can avoid repeating. Because essentially, we have a fantastic business proposition, right? You have awesome case studies. We have tremendous success here that we don't have to repeat every single time you want to do a video for somebody for sort of business development. And so instead of doing that, we would record one video one time where we say, I want to tell you more about how we're helping businesses in your specific vertical or use case or opportunity. And I do recommend making it targeted, right? So instead of sending, hey, we help business, all business, any business, I'd focus more on the niches and verticals that you've had more success with, because that's where they can say, hey, look, I've had success in speaking on these business types, these verticals, these types of opportunities. And that way they say, hey, wow, that's just like us. And so maybe it's a few different of these videos that you record instead of just one for everybody. It's a few different ones based on the different verticals or the opportunities. And then what we would do is have your page work just like I showed you here with mine, where you record one, hey, Ruben video in 30 seconds or around that. And then Dubb's going to automatically add the appropriate pre-recorded part of the message that says everything you need to say. And then, of course, below that, we can have a calendar, an email you button, phone number, a form. And there's one new piece of technology, which I think you may benefit from as well, which is this AI-powered chat assistant, where we can actually take your website, a couple different links from it. Like, let's say if there's an FAQ section or meet Reiner, executive, we can take all these different links and use those to train the AI so that it can answer frequently asked questions. It can present a link for an upcoming event on your behalf and say, register here. And it can do all that for you while you're sending other messages on LinkedIn or posting to social media or whatever you need. So those I think are going to be the two pieces that we can really boost your prospecting efforts with, to save you a lot of time and to make those videos that much more effective by having the appropriate videos there to not repeat yourself and to supply social proof, our case studies, our testimonials, and then the buttons down there that are relevant for registering for the event or looking at recent case studies or relevant events, past events similar, or contacting, of course, directly for a calendar or phone call or whatever opportunity you want them to take. So this whole page, this whole experience that I just showed you, this is actually part of what we call the preset. And now I did see that you have a standard preset, but it doesn't have any of these bells and whistles, if you will, connected to it yet. So I thought that that's where we would probably like to start our time, is right here in your preset. We're going to go. So this is your default preset currently. We might make a new one and call this the LinkedIn preset.
Okay.
And on the LinkedIn preset, we're going to add the right video for our LinkedIn sort of outreach. And we're going to add the right buttons for our LinkedIn outreach. Is it a calendar? Is it just a link to the web?
Yeah.
So boom, save that. And then if you want, there's that sales assistant there as well. We can talk about setup after. I got a couple more things I want to show you, and we can come back to that guy. So you create this one preset, and then now you'll have that. I didn't save it, but you'll have that LinkedIn preset. And so every time you want to reach out for a LinkedIn opportunity, you can go straight to LinkedIn, record the little video, and then recycle it. Now, let me ask you one further question, and then I'll give you a break. I know I'm talking a lot. Do you have a VA or someone that would potentially be able to work as an assistant for you to do some type of not custom video?
No,
but
I do it alone. Yeah.
Okay, so then I wanted to show you one other effort that may be a little bit easier for you. I do see you do a great job, and as a speaker, I know it's not super hard for you to just speak on video, but we do have another feature that's called the narrator. And what the narrator is designed to do is completely have you avoid repeating yourself. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to search. So I clicked on the narrator feature, and what it did is it gave me access to my, open it back up. So this means I can take one video one time where I say, hey, it's so great to connect. The reason I want video one time, this is the narrator tool. And so when I click on it, this is the Dubb desktop app also, by the way. You can install this for Mac or PC. It's a separate install. And then I can go to narrator, and I'm just going to find my narrator example here. And then now I can actually play this video on top of the LinkedIn profile. And so when I press record, 3, 2, 1. Hey there, it's Darius. I just wanted to put a quick face to the name, make this video for you. And the reason why I actually wanted to share it. And then so then it says the same message that I would do. Now, the difference between those two different examples that I gave you, the first one where you recorded it yourself and this one, the difference is that you said their name. You actually said their name. Hey, Ruben. And then you might even say, the reason I reached out is because I saw some stuff on your LinkedIn page here. I saw something relevant, something that made us a perfect fit. That would make it hyper personalized. The version that I just showed you is more scalable, right? You can do it automatically, or even a robot could do it, or a virtual assistant, something, whatever. You could even do it like on autopilot, just clicking instead of saying anything. But it doesn't have the hyper personalization of where you said their name. So that is the idea of that new feature as well with the narrator. Yeah. Just in case you want to avoid repeating yourself entirely and send out 100 of those things. Okay, any thoughts on those first couple things that we've covered so far? The upgrades to the landing page so that we can avoid repeating and have some additional social proof, some buttons there. And then that desktop, the narrator feature. Any thoughts?
Yeah. So I'm using the playlist feature already, so that's fine. But it's really a great idea. What I think is really taking their LinkedIn profile and just have it as the backdrop for my video. I really like that idea. So this is powerful.
Yeah, and then we just want that one preset connected with your other components as well, especially during business development, like prospecting. Your social proof, right? Your case studies, some testimonials. Those are going to go a long way because they're just like, oh, well, who is this guy? He didn't just start speaking yesterday, right? And you're like, nope, all that's right here. And it's nice because they don't actually have to even click. It can automatically roll into all that information they need to say. So they get the first part where they can see that you've taken the time to do something personally for them. And then the repeatable part of your message happens. So 100% recommend that piece. Good. Okay. Video testimonials. Do you have some good video testimonials currently?
Yeah, I do have.
Okay, perfect. So I was going to say, if you didn't, you can capture them with Dubb. It's a one-click situation, no download, sign up, or attachment. So if you need to collect some testimonials, and then otherwise, I would pop those into Dubb and also have them be a part of the playlist. Yeah. So it goes your video, hey, custom video, then into the why even bother video, and then check out these testimonials, and it just sort of all happens automatically. So that would be the full circle. Good. Now, what about automation? Are you currently running any type of sequencing or anything like that? Is that of interest?
Not any. Yeah, honestly spoken, I don't know enough about it. What I could use it for and how it works. So,
all right. Well, you got another one coming up for you right now. Here we go. I'm going to share. Okay. the next piece I'd like to talk about is automation. Now, if this business actually was just Ruben and I, we were getting a lot of signups, right? Signing up to Dubb, and we were finding it very difficult to try to send enough emails to all the signups that were coming in because we just had other things. We were trying to grow and build and talk to new people, so it became difficult to do that. And so we were always of the mindset of like, let's build something instead of let's purchase something, just because that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to build a one-stop shop for people. And so what this ended up culminating to was what we call automation. So I'm going to show you guys an example. First, I'm going to go back into our original one. No, I'll just show the current one. So this is what we actually have turned on in our business today. When someone signs up to Dubb, we don't have the energy. Like even if we could, like we could send emails to everyone. We have a team members that could do that, but they have better things to do, right, than sending the same emails to people over and over. So instead of that, we have this tool where it's called automation in our book, but it's called a sequence, a workflow. But the idea of it is it can send emails, it can send text messages, that's depending on country code and whatever. But it can also do internal reminders. Like, for example, it can send a video containing an email, and then it can check and see, did that person watch the video? Did they open the email? If they clicked a button, watched a video, opened the email, or did not do one of those things, then we can decide a second action that happens next. Now, that's the more advanced version. It doesn't have to be based on behavior. And in fact, we have a simple sequence here because we have a 7-day trial with a 7-day extension. So it has once a day, every day. For you, that might be a little much, right? You don't want to email somebody every single day if they became a lead. But what you would likely want to do is stay top of mind. You would want to build a sequence, a series of automatic emails or activities that either A, remind you to manually follow up with somebody, like your birthday videos, your thank you videos, 1 year anniversary since the last engagement, things like that. Or you would want to set up some automatic emails that touch them periodically, like, hey guys, did you know having the speaker at your events can boost company morale and company outcomes, like that, whatever, just FYI, right? To stay top of mind. And that's also at the same time, I'm showing you what the feature can do is what I would always recommend when building an automation. You always want to come from a place of value. Never just like, hey, did you buy yet? Did you buy yet? That people unsubscribe from that. They mark it as junk and they don't want to hear from that. Versus if you sent an email that said, hey, did you know that because you're doing live events, having speakers at your events can have these types of results? And they're like, wow, no, I didn't know that. I wasn't even aware. I knew that it was good, but I didn't know that. And so all of a sudden you're now a thought leader, you're a consultant, you're an advisor that's sharing information with them. And then those type of emails are much less likely to be unsubscribed from and marked as junk and sent to spam. So that would be a key to an automation like this. And like for yourself, I would recommend something, to stay top of mind with past leads, past customers, right? People that you actually spoke for, had events with, had engagements with, for things like your birthdays, your anniversaries. That's something you're already doing, but this is a way to make sure nobody falls through the cracks, and it can be done automatically. And the other thing is leads, people that did not convert, right? People that came in, saw something, said, hey, this is interesting, but then they didn't actually commit. We don't want to forget about them, and you don't have all the energy in the world to continue to message them all year long. And so that would be another use case here where you would create a few emails or videos. Not all need to contain videos. They can be plain text. But right here under workflows, you would create a few emails, day 1, week 2, month number 3, whatever sequence. For yourself, I would recommend at least like a once a month thing where you're remaining top of mind, because you never know when their next event is or what's going through their mind. But once a month would be safe to help you remain top of mind, but not so frequent where they're like, this guy sends a lot of emails. So I'd say once a month is a safe bet, at least for your leads. And then you would say, email 1 through 12 for 12 months. In those emails, you'd come up with an insight and say, how can I provide value? What can I do to say, this guy's got some good information. He's definitely someone I want to consider at our next opportunity. And then it's up to you to decide what that information is, and then break that up over a series of emails where you're going to provide this sort of automation for your leads that you frankly don't have the time to chase down. You don't want to forget about them, but you don't have the time to continue to call and email and do whatever else with them. So that's what I would recommend for your 2 sequences at least, which is your existing anniversary stuff and then leads. So they don't forget about us, and you can actually keep providing value to them. Okay, thoughts on that piece?
Yeah, sounds interesting. I think I have to find time to dig into that and figure out how it works. And
Well,
I
I
think
can show you here really quick. It's not as hard as it sounds. It's in fact very simple, and you can even use the AI to make it even easier. So right on the dashboard, we have the AI assistant. You can set up a profile one time where you tell it exactly who you are, what your profession is, who your audience is, what makes you unique, like what you're selling prop. You just answer these 20 questions one time, and then the AI is going to understand everything it needs to know about you to help you write great copy and to brainstorm ideas and stuff. And then you could come here and say, what are 30 ideas for videos I can create to provide value for my audience? And then it's going to give you 30 different ideas. And you could say, all right, well, I like these 5, these 10, and the other ones I don't like. And then that gives you at least a starting point. And then you could set, like, let's say it gives you value for new clients. I'm just going to say that because my profile is already set up. So I'm just going to say new clients. And then it's going to give me 30 ideas. And then I can take one of those ideas and then I can put it right back into the thing and say, write me a script for this. So this is just a random one, right? Behind the scenes stuff. So I can go there. And actually, I don't think I have, so I have my profile turned on. And then I can take one of those video ideas. The reason it's very limited here is because I put 100 words. If I give it more, it'll give me a better descriptions. And then I take one idea and I say, write a script for this. And then from there, I could even put it into the teleprompter. Now, as a speaker, I don't imagine you need the teleprompter, but I'm also somewhat of a speaker. I'm speaking on not as many events as you, but I've been on stages and things like that. And I do know that when I'm trying to record a very specific script, that the teleprompter has been a big help to me, especially on the mobile app. It's voice recognition. And are you on iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
So yeah, on iPhone it has full voice recognition. So have you seen that yet?
No.
It's worth showing here because it's a really cool thing, and it's actually changed my mind a lot because I would spend a long time memorizing, at least internalizing the words so that I could say them without any sort of notes or anything like that. And then when it came to using the AI and generating scripts that I wasn't writing myself, it's much harder to internalize that dialogue. And so this is where the teleprompter has been a tremendous help. So let me just stop the share really quick. Okay, so Dubb mobile app. Tap the little record button. I actually just updated to the operating system so I can do screen share now, but I'll do that later. The teleprompter is right there, a little script looking thing. And then just make sure here there's a cog wheel where you can, so select your script. And then right there's a little wheel where you can adjust to auto track. And then it's going to work just like this. Oh wait, the thing is too small. So let me make it bigger. Okay. Once upon a time, there was a man named John. John had just gotten married and was enjoying his new life with his beautiful wife, Emily. So it's going to follow your voice. And it at this distance, if you have a little tripod or something, you can't tell that you're reading. So because it's right next to the camera and it's following at your own speed. So you're not like trying to rush to the bottom because it's scrolling so fast. You just speak. And so it's been a big unlock for me because I was against teleprompters even after we built them, and I was like forced to go use it because I had to get like 3 videos done really quickly that I didn't write, and that made it possible. Yeah. Much, man, I'm giving you overload, but at least we've given you a nice couple of things to walk away with. Any comments, questions, or things before I'm recording with you soon? Thanks, buddy.
Thank you. Bye-bye.